Hey, Railbirds, here we are with another match from the 2023 Derby City Classic, the 9-ball division. This is a round 2 match, and both players have a loss. So this is an elimination match. Somebody will be going home after this. On the right, Efren the Magician Reyes. On the left, Ryan Hollingsworth. I am being joined by Mark White. Thank you for joining us, Mark. How you doing?
Yep, doing good. And this is a very special moment for me. I mean,
How's that?
I've never actually commentated on The Magician, and I was offered the chance to commentate on him at the Amsterdam Billiards in New York recently, and I couldn't do it. It was just in between my arrival in Atlantic City and the start of the Women's World Nine Ball in Atlantic City
Right.
back in January. And I had another chance to commentate on him when I was actually in Canada, and I was going to do it remotely with Jim White. And then, right at the last minute, the match got changed from nine ball to one pocket. And
I know
I
nothing
know,
about that.
I bet you don't, do you? I think you were actually doing it, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it all got changed. So that's why it's special for me. Finally, I get to commentate on the Magician, which of course is any commentator's bucket list, to be honest.
All right. Efren made a ball in the break at the table. He shot the one in the corner, drew out one rail back towards the middle of the table for the two, and he is off to the races.
What a shot that was. Those little shots that he just played there, that's what makes him stand out from a lot of other players, and that's why so many people hold Efren as their inspiration, their idol, the person that turned them to pool, certainly in the Philippines.
Yeah, he does those little things that to the casual observer it may not look like much, but if to the more knowledgeable player, there's a lot of thought that goes into those little things that a casual observer might think was even accidental, maybe.
Yeah, and I've heard him talking before about how he learns from shots that go wrong, and he'll use them in another way, in another match, especially his opponents when they're escaping from hooks, for example, and he'll see a route around which will invent a new shot for him. So he's a very, very good student of the game still at, what is he, 60,
68 years
68 is he
old,
now?
yeah.
And still
Always,
a
always a
passion.
student of the game. Love it.
Well, there you go.
Just
I'm
like that,
sure
comes out.
Ryan. I'm sure Ryan is one of them. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm sure Ryan's one of them players, that have bought in because he wants to play against the big boys. Doesn't really have any ambitions to win it, but he just wants to be a part of it, and that's what the Derby City's all about. And well, to be up close and personal and just watch the magician make those balls disappear is worth the entrance fee alone, I think.
Hey, you can't be up much more close and personal than actually at the table with them, so you're definitely getting your money's worth. And that is what makes
Hollingsworth getting his money's worth.
right on. But that is what makes the Derby City such a great tournament is how you can play with all these great players, and the entry fee is affordable, by pool tournament standards, about $160 or something like that. So come on down, get your name on the list.
So dry. It must be the worst feeling in the world. Must be having to play a safety shot against Efren Reyes.
That's what he's doing, thinning off the one, and where's this cue ball? He's got him hooked. That's a nice shot.
Well, I'm just not sure which pocket Efren's going to make this in, to be honest.
Come 3 rows behind it, kick it in the side. Nope, 3 and 4 both
Maybe.
have it blocked, so that's not available.
Yeah, he might have to bank it off the rail between the 4 and the 3. He's going 3 rails though.
5
Not
ball
2.
off the 2.
Rarely do you see him miss a kick shot.
I think I remember seeing him miss one back in 2017.
I must have missed that one as well.
All right, Ryan with a nice opportunity here. Open layout. Ooh, did not want to bump that 6. Left himself tough.
Well, there's some pants he's got on there, that's for sure. You call them pants, right?
We do. You call them trousers, right?
That's right. So a chance, Efren, to make this in the side. Cue ball off the back rail. Or is he looking? He's looking to... Is he going to hit the 6?
Looks like he's looking to just shoot the 3 between the 4-6 as a safety. Oh no. I was totally seeing it wrong, which is why I'm not gonna do that again. I'm not gonna talk. I'll just be quiet.
Well, I think he's the hardest player to commentate on. I mean, I've never commentated on him before, as I said, but I've always thought how difficult it might be because you never know what he's going to do. You know, he's got maps of his own.
Yep, I just learned my lesson. Oh, it didn't. I was already looking at the 7. I thought the 6 went, but no, the 6 stood up. Ooh, caught that a little full. Killed his cue ball.
Yeah, he's going to need to... I'm not sure if he can cut this into the corner or we take it in the side.
Nice shot. Good
nice
recovery.
shot. Needs another one though.
Yeah, he's overrolled it just a hair.
Yeah, this is one where you want to stun it around low left on the cue ball. 3 rails.
Nicely executed shot. Center of the
Played
hole,
really
perfect on the
well.
9.
Brilliant shot. Really, really nicely controlled as well. Yeah, well done. That will give him lots of confidence. So
Tied up 1 apiece.
He'll be breaking, and as we know, very, very important, this break when you're breaking from the box.
Yeah, at Derby City, the rules for 9 ball is you must break from the break box. 9 ball is spotted on the spot. And there is no jump cues allowed at Derby City. You are allowed to jump the ball, but you must use your full playing cue to jump. Last year they were using the 4-point break rule. They've done away with that this year.
Yeah, what I mean, let's have a little chat about that as we watch the break. I mean, what is your favourite scenario? Is it break box? Is it break from anywhere? Is it with a triangle? Is it with template? What's your ideal race and rack?
That all depends whether I'm the one breaking or my opponent's breaking. If I'm breaking, I want to be able to break from wherever I want and use the template and put the one ball on the spot. If my opponent's breaking, they better break from the break box with the 9 on the spot and with the wooden rack.
That's just. But yeah, I think it's good for the game, to be honest. Monotonous running out of, very famously Jason Shaw when he travelled from the US to the UK for a tournament, and I think he played against the butcher Mieszko Fortunski, and Jason didn't get a shot, I don't believe, and that was a big reason for the rule being changed, simply because to ask players to travel all across the world and not even get a shot is just ridiculous, basically. And they master that break of the template, the one on the spot. They make the win ball every time. They're controlling the one ball, and it's
Exactly.
just whoever lags wins, basically. So I'm glad they've made the change, and I think it makes for a lot more interesting racks and matches, to be honest. And you
It
get to
does.
see more.
It makes for a more
You know,
interesting match for sure. So, uh,
yeah,
if it's just break and run, if you're making a wing ball every time, playing position on the one, you have a wide open rack, you run them out. That gets boring from spectators' perspective too. So, by these rule changes, it adds some more randomness and luck back into the game, which makes it a little bit more unpredictable and a little bit more exciting.
yeah, and in addition to that, you're seeing a lot more facets of the game. You're seeing a lot more safety. You're seeing clusters where players have got to break balls out. I just think you see everything, and you have to be a master of all of the disciplines within the game. The jumping, the kicking, the safeties, the little nudges here and there, the little billiards, the little caroms that you have to play. So I think it's going to increase the skill of the players in the end as well, because you have to be more accurate with the cue ball.
Absolutely. Speaking of being accurate with the cue ball, Ryan here let his cue ball get away a little bit on that stop shot on the 5. Now he's left himself a tough shot on the 6. He's decided to play safe, so that's a nice decision there, as long as Efren doesn't kick it in.
Yeah. If you're hooking Efren, then you really need to get that cue ball welded up behind the intervening ball. I'd love to know how his mind works. Imagine having that built-in sat nav that he's got for finding his way around the table.
Kicking the 6 up table, that's nicely done.
Brilliant. How good was that? I mean, that's not just kicking and hitting the ball. That's
That was with a
playing
purpose.
yeah, and hit it absolutely perfectly as well. May have been trying to get behind the 7 with the cue ball a little bit, maybe, but I mean, I guess this does cut. He's not interested in it though.
I think he got him. Looks like he barely got him.
Yeah, and there's a case where I like the jump shot to be allowed, because if you jump this, you've got a good chance of making it. It's one of those ones that you'd rather jump than kick, because there's no real future in kicking this.
Tried to masse it, didn't quite get enough of masse, but he's not left anything easy for Ryan. This looks familiar. A little closer to the 7 this time.
I wonder will we see a similar result. He's looking at the 1 cushion. There he was, but now he's looking at the 1 rail. What's he thinking here?
He's going for 2 rails. Is he trying to make the 6 in the corner? Going for the 2 rails.
Oh, it's 2017 all over again, Kevin.
All right, that safety has earned Ryan ball in hand and a chance to take the lead against Efren.
Well, if things go to plan, we shouldn't see another miss for about 6 years from Efren. Nicely struck.
Ryan Hollingsworth taking the lead 2-1 against the Magician in this race to 9.
Yeah, there's another famous Hollingsworth, Landon, of course, who's a very good junior player. Reached the final of the International Open Junior.
Oh, right on.
At the last
Wonder
event.
if there's any relation.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I might have to do a little bit of research on that. Yeah, Landon, of course, beaten by another great junior, Joey Tate.
Oh, yeah.
So 2-1 up then. Ryan Hollingsworth.
There's Josh the Beast Roberts over there on the next table. All right, here we go. Ryan up 2-1 with the break. He really tried to put everything into it and just didn't catch that 1 square, and off the cue ball goes.
There we
Now,
go.
my eye immediately goes to that 7-8. It's over there on the rail, so that's the main problem this rack, I think.
Yeah,
The rest
7's in the worst place, isn't it? That you can have a ball on the pool table, really.
Yeah, where the 6 ball is, the 6 doesn't give super easy access to the 7. But I have a feeling he'll make it work. That was an interesting shot Efren did right there by playing that 2 in the side. Like you said, he has his own GPS in his brain that I don't think he's using the same Google maps that the rest of us use.
No. I think it's called Reyes routes. or routes, as you would call them. And he was trying to just flick that 7 on then, I think.
See, well, there's a map program called Waze. So is his called Reyes?
Aha. So this really is the key shot now because he needs the right angle on the 6 ball.
It is. Yeah, 6 to the
Go
7
short
is
side,
definitely
I'm
the
guessing.
key. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just wondering that if he can come, like, head towards that 8 and just leave it straight into the bottom left as we're looking now.
Yeah, I think he wants to leave that cue ball right on the rail so he can bring that cue ball around and try to drop right in between that 7-8.
Yeah, just missed the accurate rack if he comes all the way down, or will he just go once across? You never know with this man. Yeah, that's the way I like doing it, all the way around that rack. Perfect.
Perfectly struck.
Problem? What problem?
Hmm.
So,
Problem solved.
yeah, just a drawback. With ease. Beautifully played again.
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
well, can only think that he got up off the shot there.
A little bit of taking it for granted. Even the greatest players in the world take shots for granted, just like the rest of us. He is human.
Oh, look at that.
Rowling Hollingsworth taking advantage of that miss. 3-1.
Yeah, so 2023 Derby City, record amount of entries. Can you possibly pick one name who you think is going to do really well in this tournament, Kevin?
So many great players. Got Feder Gorst, Shane Van Boning, Efren Reyes. So many great players. Jason Shaw.
Yeah, one name missing, notably, of course, is Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. Decided to, I believe he won this, didn't he? Was it this one he won the year last year? He's reigning champion, wasn't he?
I believe you are right. I believe it
I
was
think that's where
FSR that
he's.
won it.
Yeah, I think it's where his good run started, wasn't it? Went on to win the US Open, of course. And just about everything else as well.
Yeah, he was really on a heater. Efren not pleased with that miss. Not that any of us would blame him.
Oh, not punished. Oh, watch out, 9 ball here. Might get the 9 moving. 2 rails, kick and stick.
No, not at
Oh
that
no, he's not
speed.
gone that hard. No. Surprised actually he went that way.
He was going for the safety. Wasn't trying to make the 9 move. And had he caught that one just a hair thinner, he would have had a nice safety.
Yeah, far from it for me to criticise the magician. But I really thought he would kick and stick that. I thought he was a guaranteed safety behind the 8, but maybe not from the angle he had. How good are them old eyes?
Hmm. I mean,
Doesn't like it.
do you try to soft kick this? Try to kick the one up past that 4. Try and leave the cue ball there. That seems troublesome. No hit, ball in hand for Ryan. Yeah, he was trying. He was trying to be extra sneaky there with trying to just barely graze off it.
Yeah, 2 misses in the same match from a kick.
Wow.
Oh dear, oh dear. Whoa, you can't scratch off ball in hand. That is, well, not good enough, I'm afraid. Don't want to sound harsh, Kevin, but you can't be scratching from ball in hand.
Yeah, Efren dropped his head a little bit there, knowing that he's underhit this a little. Now he's going to have to move this cue ball a little bit extra. And he does handle it. Now, does that 8 ball, does that 8 pass the 9 to the bottom left? Or is there
I'm guessing
room,
it does.
or is there room to make it to the bottom right? The rest of the balls all look pretty routine. It's that 8 ball that has my attention.
Well, the 7 ball is placed nice to get to the 8, whichever way he wants to go. This is a little bit touchy though, this one, when the ball's so far into the pocket. Never easy to judge the pace, but he's done well.
Yep, it's landed nicely on this 6. It's hard to tell on camera, but it looks like the 8 goes to the bottom left and possibly to the bottom right. But it looks like it definitely goes to the bottom left. Oh, he's breaking it out. I guess it didn't go. And he's hit that beautifully.
Typical Efren, isn't it? Solutions to problems.
The way he's controlled both balls was very nice. Oops. All right, Efren gets one back. Trails 2-3 in this race to 9.
And as you said earlier, the loser of this will be going home.
Both players have a loss.
What's the buyback? Is it the same price as the original entry, or is it half price?
I think it was 100. I think was the buyback.
I would imagine quite a lot of people buy back as well.
Yeah, it's $100 buyback, $160 entry fee for the 9 ball. Actually, all of the events have the same entry fee and the same buyback. You used to have the option where when you paid your entry fee, you could just automatically pay for your buyback right up front, and if you don't use it, you get it back. So it's just a convenience. But I'm not sure. I think they did away with that this year. I think you had to go and buy back after you lost. You couldn't pay in advance. All right, Efren has made a ball on the break. Two balls on the break.
Can he cross over this 1 ball and send the 1 ball down, or will he go the other way? He's gone the other way.
He's playing the cue ball. And I think he's left him a shot.
Yeah, he has, and he's also opened up the 6-9. So he wants to move this rack because actually Jeremy Jones came up with a good idea. When the racks are covered like this, to just cut them with a pair of scissors, because they get so many of them anyway. Wow, look at that for a
successful
nimble-fingered
successful rack extraction.
We moved like a surgeon.
Yeah, I think Efren pointed at the rack as the cue ball rolled over it. I think the cue ball deflected off the rack a little bit, leaving Ryan a shot that he might not have had that rack not been there.
Yeah, well spotted. And, I agree. Just get rid of it as soon as you can. Oh, this isn't any good. Well, he's returned the compliment. He's opened up those two balls, the 3 and the 8, that were close together, and left a shot of the 1. Does he come between the 8 and the 3 or not? He
Yes.
does. That's cheating, Kevin.
Hey, it's oh my goodness! I can't believe that just happened.
Yeah.
Wonder if maybe
Just forgot to pot the ball.
I wonder if maybe that 6 and 9 were on his mind as he was shooting the 2, like wondering, like, how am I going to deal with the 6-9? And oh, whoops, I just missed the 2. Or maybe that's just me that does that. It might be just me that does that.
Trust me, you're not alone.
Now, if they were playing on the standard diamond 9-foot tables, that ball probably would have gone. But this year they are playing on extra tight 4¼ inch diamond tables, so causing that 2 ball to hang up.
Yeah, I like that size pocket. It's I think it's a fair compromise. I know there's a lot of fans for 4-inch pockets, well, I am as well, but a lot of the players also want to be able to cheat the pocket and use it to their advantage. I get that as well.
Well, problem on the 6
Took a
balls
chance.
has been handled. It's a nice shot there by Ryan. Nice outcome.
Well, his chance of winning has gone up from 3% to 9%, so it's tripled.
Yeah, you snooker players, you like those ultra tight pockets. You know, us Americans, we like to have a little bit of breathing room.
And it goes 4-2.
Keeping the heat on.
Yeah, and Efren just looking a shadow of the player he was at the moment. You can't really blame him. I wonder if he'll ever get fed up with hitting balls and just play chess all day. I know he loves to play chess.
He does love to play chess. Almost as much as he loves pool.
Yeah, you'll often see him at tournaments sat with a chessboard.
The nice thing about chess is even if your eyesight is failing you, and even if you have arthritis in your hands, you can still play chess. Whereas pool, I mean, because that's rumored to be an issue with Efren. I hear he has arthritis in his hands, making it more difficult to play.
Well, he's got to sort this break out because it's the second time he's lost the cue ball now, and it's just a wild break, like no control. He's not consistently hitting one side. He's hitting high on the cue ball, low on the cue ball. Just no consistency at the moment. Efren needs to punish him though now.
Time for Efren
Started
to...
with a break and run.
Yeah. Time for Efren to remind this young whippersnapper who he's playing against. Does that 4 go in the side?
I think so.
It's a tight squeeze. In it goes.
Proudly wearing the red, white and blue of the Philippines. Him, Manny Pacquiao, have got to be the most famous sportsman to have ever come out of the Philippines.
Oh no.
Oh.
Disaster.
Well, that's a poor mistake there from Efren.
Now, do you kick to the bottom rail trying to kick him safe, or do you kick to the side rail trying to make the 8? Looks like he's going to the side rail. Oh, he's got everything moving. Is it going? The 8 ball's
Look at the
going.
9. Oh.
He got everything moving and got a nice result.
Outrageous. Oh, you see that second little clip off that 8 ball there from the cue ball.
I love 9 ball. A lot of people don't like the luck in 9 ball. That's why they love 10 ball. I love 9 ball, and I'm not being sarcastic or facetious. I like the luck. I like the excitement.
Yeah, I must admit it's growing on me, especially since the break rule change. I think it's more exciting now rather than predictable.
I mean, I know a lot of people don't share my opinion. That's why they like 10 ball so much. I love 9 ball.
Yeah, I think all the games have got their place. 8 ball is a strategic game. I like that. I had the pleasure of commentating on the World 8 ball, won by Sanchez Ruiz, of course.
Is there anything he hasn't won?
Only the 10 ball.
All right,
Did get to
ball
the
on the
final.
break.
I'll be back in just a second.
All right, let's have a look at this break again. Yeah, he's made a ball late on the break. All right, he's left Ryan distance. You can never go wrong leaving distance. Ryan contemplating the straight back on the one. The straight back on the one doesn't look too bad. I mean, the cue ball is going to be going over to that right side for possible shot on the 2 up in the corner. Whereas that 5 ball looms huge over there.
Do you play the 6 here?
Yeah, if you play the 6, the cue ball is going to be hanging in this corner pocket, and the 1 ball is going who knows where. He's playing safe behind the 5, and I think he's got him. All right, he does.
Look, it's a double. So this is going to take a bit of Efren magic. Is he going to try and kick it up into that top left as we look now?
It might even be wired off the 3. Or pretty close to it. Well, there's a little gap between them.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. Coming 2 rails.
Nice hit. And is he going to leave anything?
Put it back.
Right back at you. I think he can.
He's got an edge.
I think he can cut this on the side.
You think he can make the potting angle here?
I think so. It's close. From this angle, it looks like it goes. But the cue ball is going over towards that 9 and 5, so even if you make the 1, you might end up hooked over there. And it looks like he has a shot. Hey, down in front. We're trying to see here. He's not listening to me. Oh, yeah. He got there. Oh.
Yeah, a little snatchy. A bit quick on the stroke there.
Yeah, he's been usually staying down and, giving a few nice warm-up strokes on most of his shots, so I was surprised to see him shoot that one so quick. It was a bit uncharacteristic.
Yeah, almost 2 stroked it, didn't he? Just 1, 2, bang.
All right, nice speed. He's perfect on this 3. Everything's right there for him, except the 7 ball. He may have to play short side on the 7, shoot the 7 up table.
What a career that man has had.
He's played everyone. He's beaten everyone at some time or another. All right, he's not playing short side. He's going to zigzag back and forth. Waiting for a player on the next table. Just planning where he wants to hit on that second rail. Does it have enough speed? He can make do with this, I think. I don't think that 8 is interfering.
He's okay. Got enough angle to work with. Come round 3 rails.
Yeah, he should handle this no issues. That looks pretty good to me. That's good, Efren. You don't have to shoot that.
Yeah, I'm never a fan of when players give players 9 balls or 10 balls. It's, I just think you should always make your opponent make the ball, because
I agree with that.
it just adds that little bit of pressure. And if you're not putting any pressure on, they just think, oh, well, they're going to give it to me. And then what happens if occasionally you don't give it to them, and you're expecting it to be given to you, and then you're waiting for the call, and you're down on the shot. Is he going
Yeah,
to give it to me? Isn't he going to give it to me?
yeah, you're sharking yourself.
Yeah. So he's levelled it up, 4-4, breaking off again. The man who came to the States many years ago under an assumed name. Do you remember the name?
Cesar Morales.
Exactly. Go to the top of the class.
Hmm.
And neither player has really sorted that break out.
Nope, dry break for Efren.
And they don't really seem to have any plan either. It's just, he tried to make the one in the side, obviously, there. I think the player that plays this break best is Francisco Sanchez Reyes, and I don't think it's any coincidence that he's winning so much as well, because he's just breaking amazing most of the time. Seems to have really nailed the break.
Yes, he has. And speaking of break, I think the players are on break, so we'll be right back. Alright, looks like players are back from break, or at least one of them. So Ryan, 4-4 with the Magician in this race to 9. And he did not get around that ball, did he? Nope, I don't think there's a keyhole through there. I think he is hooked.
Well, I think that's a sign that he window there, because he's just moved that template rack away.
Oh, maybe,
So maybe
okay.
he's going over it. Yeah, he's just going to try and either jump the edge of it or just spin the cue ball in between 8 and 3.
Yeah, if he does have to jump it, it's only the edge, which is doable with the full cue, which is what you're required to use at Derby City. No jump cues
And
allowed.
are you allowed to use your break cue to jump, your full length
No,
break cue?
you're not supposed to use your break cue either. You're supposed to use your playing cue.
Aha, okay.
Because usually, your break cue usually has a harder tip on it, which is going to be easier to jump, but you're not supposed to use that either. You're supposed to use your playing cue. See, can he shoot at this, or is he playing safe? He's playing safe. Okay, nine in the side, 9 ball. Wow.
Oh, if that 8 ball wasn't there, he'd be going at this 9 ball, I think. Almost a free shot.
It looks to me like you'd have to spin it too much to send the cue ball at the 9.
Yeah, played it with other English inside. Right hand spin in that case.
Yeah, he's got the wrong angle on the 3. Cue ball's going to be going away from the 4, so he's got some work to do here. This is a little bit of a predicament he's in.
Can he use the 5 at all to flick off out into the centre of the table?
It's a possibility.
Would he even consider the 9?
Well, this is Efren, so of course he considers everything.
Yeah, it looks on to me.
Oh, I think he's looking at cutting that 3 to that left corner. All right, now he's
Yeah.
going back to the other corner. It looks like looks like he's shooting at the right corner.
Yeah,
Tried
there
to
you
go.
go. Use the 5. Oh, he's been unlucky, but don't be surprised if he kicks 2 rails onto this 4 and makes the 9. So what's with the blue tape around his cue? Do you know anything about that, Kevin?
I've wondered that myself. I don't know if that's for better grip or if it's to increase the thickness so that it feels better. I don't know.
Well, a little dicky bird told me that it's to cover up a sponsor's name on the cue
Wow,
because he's not actually sponsored.
this is a good result. He's left this tough for Ryan.
Yeah, once again, I don't mind banking this 4 ball around the rails. He was trying to make that in the side.
Wow,
Oh,
what
he
a
couldn't make
shot.
it.
Nice
Brilliant
shot there,
shot.
Ryan.
Six will go off the 9.
I'd rather not even try, though. I'd rather just play position for the 6 of the corner, and that's what he's doing. He's playing for the corner. And he's missed it.
And quick again.
Efren comes to the table looking at duck soup. Perfect.
5-4 lead. Batter is back.
5-4 lead. Race to 9.
Just over halfway there. And that's why Ryan's average percentage chance of winning has gone down to 5%. Efren, strong favourite. Big difference in Fargo rating as well. 772. Still hanging around that mark is incredible, isn't it?
To have a
Just off the
772,
800.
yeah, when you're nearly 70 years old and to still have a 772 Fargo rate, that is impressive to say the least.
Is he praying over in the corner there?
There you go, Efren with the break. Another dry break.
You could say though, Kevin, you could say that he's playing God. God is his opponent. He's not going to answer any of his prayers at the moment. Certainly God of the felt. Actually, I don't like calling it felt because it isn't felt. That's a very American thing, isn't it?
Yeah, this is not. It's not felt. It's cloth. It's That worsted
Yeah.
wool Simonis cloth. Beautiful Simonis cloth, the best plain cloth in the world, in my opinion.
Other cloths are available.
Certainly. Playing with Simonis cloth and aramith balls on these beautiful diamond tables. I'd like to give a shout out to Diamond for putting on this event every year for the last 20 some years, 24, 26 years, 20 some years, getting bigger every year. And also a thank you to Diamond for, well, just letting us come in and record these matches and to bring them to you guys.
Yeah, Heath Manning, I know, is a big part of this tournament as well. He's a dealer from Canada. Actually, had the pleasure of meeting him in London, Ontario recently. Good guy, Heath. And also Matt Ross. And we actually got to play doubles against David Al-Cady.
Oh,
It was me
fun.
and Matt Ross against David Al-Cady and Heath Manning at last year's Derby City Classic on the match table when play ended in the evenings. But don't tell anyone.
Did you win, or were you guys nice and let them win?
Oh, I'm not at liberty to say. David would hate me for saying so.
Alright, now does that 2 pass the 4? Ooh, that is very close if it does. From this angle, it looks like it goes. From this angle, not so much.
There's a nice safety on note. He can
Yep.
play the 2 ball back down the table past the 8 and hold the cue ball behind the 4. That's one alternative. Looks like he's firing at it.
Does look like he's winding up.
Oh, no. Oh, clever.
And it looks like he's got him frozen on that 4, so this is going to make... Plus that 7 in the way is going to make that... Pretty much rules out the 1 rail. No, I would not say it rules out the 1 rail, but you'd have to shoot it with a lot of left spin.
Two rails in between the 4-3. Sorry, the 5-3. Oh, look at this.
Oh,
what a great
missed.
effort that is.
Alright, that nice safety by Ryan has earned him ball in hand.
I do like the way Efren goes about his kicking. You know, a lot of players use various measuring systems and stuff, but he's just purely natural. And, you know, just referring back to snooker, I mean, that's where we learn our angles, you know, from playing snooker. We don't have any diamond systems that we use on a snooker table. It's just all comes from experience and, you know, judging.
And when you've been playing pool for as long as Efren has, you tend to learn a thing or two.
Yeah, etched on that amazing brain of his.
Ryan making quick work of this rack. Doesn't waste any time, neither.
Yeah, 1, 2, and go.
Doesn't sit there and agonize for 3 minutes over a straight-in shot. None of that nonsense. Tied up again. 5-5. Race to 9. Ryan putting up a good
So
fight.
I've got another question for you. I love asking questions, Kevin.
Yes.
How do you feel about the 30-second shot clock? Do you think it's long enough for all the games? Do you think it needs to be longer for certain games, such as 8 ball and 10 ball, maybe?
Well, it's definitely too short for one pocket. Um, 8 ball. I mean, it's definitely long enough for 9 ball and 10 ball, as long as you get at least an extension per game. I think 8 ball, because there's a lot more strategy involved in 8 ball. That might not be long enough. Maybe 45 seconds might be better for 8 ball.
Yeah, I recently did a survey of some of the players, and the consensus was that for 8 ball and 10 ball, it should be 40 with one extension per rack, and keep it the same for 9 ball. And another point that came up as well was some of the arenas now that we use are getting so big where it's taking you 3 to 5 seconds to actually get from your chair to the table. So you've already lost,
Oh,
3 to 5 seconds.
that's a good point.
Yeah, I remember in Austria, or was it in Germany at the European Open? There was the it was huge. The arena, twice the size it normally is. I mean, there was jokes where you needed an Uber to get from your chair to the table. It was so big. So I think I'd like to see 40 seconds. I think for 8 and 10 ball. That's my personal opinion, and keep it the same for 9. Because of what a lot of the players are saying is that it's making them make poor decisions and rushing shots and not playing the right shots in the end, then the games are taking longer anyway. So there's lots to really think about. Ralph Souquet he was all for having a longer shot clock. I had a conversation with him in Puerto Rico. Him and Torsten Holman, we were talking outside about it needs to be 40 seconds, just because players were making silly decisions and choices on
Yeah,
shots.
yeah. You have to remember the spirit of this shot clock is to just keep play moving and to discourage slow play. Oh, no rail there. Uh, Not to make people rush and make bad decisions. That's not the purpose of a shot clock. It's to just you know keep things moving. And if the clock is too quick and people are making silly decisions like you say, then yeah, that shot clock's probably too short. Kind of goes
Yeah,
against the
I
spirit of the
agree.
shot clock to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. It's counterproductive, I think. It's played. It's there to be used to speed up the games, to stop slow play, as you say. But it's making games longer sometimes because players just don't have time to play the right shot.
Meanwhile, I think Ryan could have a 15-second shot clock and he'd have plenty of time to spare in each shot.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think most players are like that. And there's another way of looking at it. Having a shot clock, well, not having a shot clock rather, can be counterproductive because it can make you second guess yourself. There's players that are much better on a shot clock than they are when they're not on a shot clock, in my opinion. So anyway, interesting discussion for another time. Meanwhile, looks like Ryan's going to be 2/3 of the way
Oh, where's that cue ball
to
going?
that 9.
Ooh, Ryan regaining the lead, 6-5.
He doesn't hold back, does he, on the 9 balls? Really crashes them in.
Made me a little nervous there. That cue ball came awfully close to that corner.
just like that. Percentage chance of winning has gone up to 23%.
Yep, I'm liking my 100 to 1 odds I was getting at the beginning for my bet. I like it.
So who's going to win the all around then? Oh, now that's a better break, a lot more accurate. Controlled the cue ball quite well.
He hit those 300 miles an hour and squatted the cue ball quite nicely. It's his best break yet of the set, I think.
Yeah, it definitely is. Look at that. Got a little jump on the cue ball. Held it more or less in the centre of the table. No shot on the one, I don't think. He's going to have to bend this round, masse it.
Or is he jumping? He was jumping.
Yeah, he jumped.
Now, the thing that really jumps out at me here is this 3 ball to the 4 ball. There's no real easy path to get from the 3 to the 4, so he's definitely got some work to do there.
Nice shot on the one. Key shot coming up. Centre of the table will be okay to go. Oh, he's come to get straight on it. I thought he was going to leave more of an angle and come twice across in between 4 and 8.
Well, this is nice if he can draw back between the 6-8. If he has the angle to draw back between the 6-8, then he's looking like he's gonna bump the 8. I think that's why he pointed at the 8. I think he's looking at bumping into the 8.
Gotta be careful. Oh, look at this, bump into the 9 even. Oh, what a shot that was.
Oops, sorry about that. Let's get back there.
Whatever happened.
Sorry about that.
It was worked out perfectly.
Why is this not working? My
You're asking the wrong person there, Kevin. Oh, that's a... Oh, it's run and run and run, that, hasn't it? Didn't look like he was going to get anywhere near it. So just draw back across the face of the 8 ball. Nice little stum follow. Nicely done. Just gonna take this rack as well, in it goes. So we level again, 6-6. We've lost one of our cameras for some reason, but we're gonna work on it, get it working for you guys.
All right, Efren. 6 games apiece.
If you're enjoying it, guys, let us know. If you're enjoying the commentary, my name is Mark White. If you're not enjoying it, my name is Kevin Ross. Kevin and I have done quite a few matches together now, notably the 2 artistic pool world championships we've done.
Yep,
And we've
one
done
remotely and
another tournament.
one in person. And how'd you like doing it in person versus remotely? It's no comparison, I bet.
No comparison whatsoever. I mean,
Got 2
I
ball.
almost didn't do. Oh yeah. Oh, hanging. Yeah, I'm a guy that likes to be in amongst the action, and when I'm not actually commentating at an event, I like to walk around and talk to the players and and the spectators and get some stories from around the room. And it's always nice to then, when I get back into commentary, I can bring the viewer into the room more if I've been there, experiencing it all, because I see things that you don't necessarily see on the TV screen. So I'm a very hands-on kind of guy who wants to be around annoying all the players and asking lots of questions and getting all the inside gossip for you guys.
Ryan Hollingsworth picking his way through this rack like a seasoned professional, playing much better than that 638 would have you believe.
Yeah, this is the important one. Nicely struck. He's going to go one up again. Just needs to stay one in front.
7-6 to Ryan Hollingsworth over the Magician.
I recently had a great chance to commentate with 3 amazing ladies at the Las Vegas Women's Open. And for half of the match, I did with Kelly Fisher and Wei Chu Chen, Wei. And then they went off to do some shopping. And I was joined by Alison Fisher in the booth. So,
Wow, three great players. Wow.
yeah, it really was a pleasure. And it was the first time, actually, that Wei had ever commentated. I mean, she's a little bit worried about her English not being good, but I mean, she
Mm-hmm.
speaks the best English out of any of the Asians that I've met. Kelly Fisher lived with her for 18 months out in Taiwan. Oh, there's that break again. Lost the cue ball once again.
You hit it so hard it made
Wanted
the
to go
camera
back.
shake.
Yeah. Wow. It's a lovely camera angle, that, by the way. I really like it. Good quality, as always, from Rail Birds.
Whew. There was a moment there we wasn't sure if that was going.
Yeah, round 3 rails now over to that other side rail where he's standing. Natural angle. Five nice and close as well. That's perfect.
Yeah, he has options. He can even roll forward and play the 5 up in the upper right corner on screen. He can draw back. He has options. He's going with option
Yeah, I
A.
love that. It's a nice little stun follow. A lot more difficult than it looks as well. It's a real pro shot, that one. You always know you're cueing well when you're hitting that shot correctly, because you can't get
Absolutely.
it if you're not cueing well. I think he's dead straight on this. might have a slight. Can't really see.
Looks
Could
pretty
just
straight.
sort of draw the cue ball back a little bit and hold it there if he wants to stay away from the rail.
I mean, I think he's got to follow forward up to almost near the corner pocket for the 6 on the side, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, that's the shot he'd like to play, but I think he's maybe a little bit worried about that. So, yeah, I like this as well, though, Kevin. Just draw him back a little bit.
He's drawn back more than a little bit.
Oh, wow. Oh, the magician waving his magic wand.
Is he banking this or cutting it? The answer is yes. He's banking it or cutting it.
One of those.
One of those. Nice shot.
Living up to his name. Clearing the table, making the balls disappear. Showing us a little bit of lefty action as well, look. Oh, he's going to go behind the back. I thought he's going to go behind the back then. Remember your 68, Efren. No problem.
Who was that said Efren is the #1 player in the world shooting right-handed, and he's the #2 player in the world shooting left-handed?
You've got me there.
7-7. We got quite a ball game here.
Yeah, no real clear, favourite, and anyone's played any better than the other one. It's been pretty much as the score suggests. Just having a little discussion there.
I think it is anybody's game right now because no one's, really breaking and running racks. It's a lot of back and forth, nip and tuck. It is anybody's game.
I mean, maybe you'd make Efren slight favourite just because of his experience and, getting over the line.
Soft
that was
break.
a soft break.
But he's made a ball. And no shot at the one.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that break, to be honest. It was a little too soft for my liking.
Alright, push out from Efren. He pushed out. And he might be getting this one back.
Bizarrely, Kevin, he actually made the 3-point rule there, Efren, so...
Yeah? Yes, he did.
That's why I always find it strange when it's left up to the referee to decide whether the break was too soft or, give the player a warning, which we've seen on several occasions now with certain players.
And as I suspected, he did pass it back.
What's Efren got in mind?
Just a little safety.
Yeah, this is... now should be in trouble here.
Yeah, he's left Ryan some options to play safe right back at him. It looks to me like he's lining up to put the cue ball behind the 6, but I think that's a pretty tough path to go.
Yeah, need to play the one past the... I think he's maybe looking to go behind the 2 ball here. Just to hold it with some left-hand English off the rail.
I mean, you could come off the left side of the one thin, bring the cue ball back towards where he's standing now. You got the 3-8 to hide behind. Of course, you're going to be leaving the one in front of the corner pocket, so if you don't get him hooked, you're going to sell out a shot, which is the problem with that shot.
It's slightly more difficult than the shot he gave back to Efren after Efren pushed out. I don't think it's as difficult as he's making out though here, because as you say, he has got the thin, hit the one thin on the left and come round the angles, but he's going the other way, the first way.
Trying to get him with the
I don't
2.
like that. Got him.
And I think he's got him. But Efren can kick to that rail, just to the left of the 6 with some right spin and kicking the one ball up table, leaving the cue ball possibly even behind the 2. It's one option. I think that's what he's looking at. He's just pointing at the rail where he thinks the one's going to hit. Or is he shooting straight at the 1? Looks like he's shooting straight at the 1.
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah.
What does he have in mind?
Just got an edge.
Oh, wow.
Well judged. Good shot.
Who sees those shots?
Only one man. I'll tell you another player who's very, very clever strategically, and I've actually become a huge fan of him just lately, and that's Carlo Biardo. I don't believe Carlo's here, is he? I've heard that he's actually just had a shoulder operation or something, and that's why he hasn't been at the last few events, but he's on the road to recovery, and he's back playing again apparently.
Yeah, Carlo was not at this year's Derby City. That is correct.
Yeah, he went home after Puerto Rico. He actually won the Puerto Rico Pro Billiard Series Open from, if my memory serves me right. Beat Daniel Maciel in the final.
Way to represent your home territory. You did say he's from Puerto Rico, right?
No, he won. Carlo Biardo from the Philippines. He actually won in Puerto Rico.
Oh, I thought you said he's from Puerto Rico. I didn't think so. I thought he was from Philippines, but maybe I was wrong. But no, my misunderstanding.
Maybe it's my English, Kevin. It's not the best. Whoa. Well, it's gone wrong. It had to be so accurate there, playing it that way.
Yeah, at that speed, it's hard to come away with a good result there at that speed from that distance.
So who's going to get to the hill first?
All depends on whether Efren can navigate between this cluster of balls. High right, come in between, what, the 7-8? He's not liking it. I don't blame him. I wouldn't like it either.
It's not really his game, is it? It's not really. You wouldn't have him down as one of the big power players in the game, would you? He's more of a stroker.
Yeah, he's more known for the finesse and the precision. But he can pull out the big stroke when he needs one. Between the 7-8. Oh, is he going to scratch? Oh! Whew! Let's out a sigh of relief there.
Not usually one to show much emotion, but just flicked off the 8-ball there, didn't it? Just caught it. Still work to do though, this 2-ball. He missed one similar to this, very thick, earlier on.
Oh, don't hit the
Not
5.
this time though, missed the 5-ball.
Nicely
Just keep you on
executed.
the edge of your seat, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. I'm nervous for him. Even Ryan's on the edge of his seat.
He'll be hoping to get off it again.
Yeah, overrolled his mark a little bit there, but I think he'll be okay.
Should you go high left?
Player's preference. He could have gone bottom right also and come back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, lovely stroke again. Perfect on the 7.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's not perfect.
Not out of the woods
He
yet.
just quit on that one a little bit.
Handles it.
Good recovery.
Off the rail.
Once it off that rail. Talking of off the rail, I think that's he's wearing off the rail. I believe they gave him that one. And it goes.
So I think
So
Efren's
this
going
will
to get to
be-
the hill first. To answer your question.
Well, I'm going to make another prediction. This is going to be his last break.
Well, we're really going out on a limb with these predictions, aren't we?
I'm master of stating the obvious.
Efren on the hill with potentially his last break. Unless there's like some illegal break and he has to break again or something. I don't know. I'm sure there's some loophole we can exploit to get him to break twice more.
Wow. In a lot of cases, that would be a warning for a soft break there. It's the second one we've seen. This time, no ball down. Decisions. He knows any of his next shots could be his last. Needs to keep it tight here if he's going to go hill.
Tell you what, this has been one heck of a match. It's been close the whole
It's
way.
certainly been entertaining, I think, for Maybe not all the right reasons sometimes, there's been some misses, but it's certainly been, there's been
plenty,
drama, let's
plenty of
say.
drama, excitement, heartbreak. It's had it all, and we're not even done yet.
Is he banking it? If he wants to, he can bank it onto the 6. Does he go past the 6? Options for safety on as well. Trouble is, it's all about this one ball because everything else, 3 and the 4 nicely placed, the 5 and the 6 over opposite corners, the 7 close to the 6 as well. Nothing to do from the 7 to get to the 8 and the 8 to the 9. I mean, it's all about this one ball, Kevin.
It is. He's looking at 2 rallying this cue ball in behind this 3. Man, that 8 ball looks huge to try to get the cue ball behind the 3.
It does. Very complicated.
But he has the benefit of, even if he doesn't get him hooked, he should end up leaving him a long distance. So when in doubt, leave distance.
Yeah, main thing to do here is make up your mind and play the shot that you decide on rather than get down in two minds and end up playing neither. And they're rightfully taking his time here. It's very important. That throws up another question. A lot of players have also said that the shot clock shouldn't be in use in a hill-hill match. What do you think about that, Kevin?
Um,
In the deciding rack.
I don't necessarily agree with that. Maybe double the time and so go from 30 seconds to a 60-second shot clock, maybe? I don't know.
Or shall we just leave the game as it is and get on with it? Stop confusing people.
Stop messing with things.
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But anyway, I actually don't mind banking this, onto the 6 and get the cue ball over behind the 2. I think that's as good as any.
Yeah, if you with the right speed, the one ball might land, like between the 6-7 in that area, so you have cover that way as well as trying to get the cue ball behind the 2. That's definitely an option. I don't know that it slays right to get the cue ball behind the 2 if by soft rolling it. Might be a little too far away for that. It's hard to tell, really.
Wow.
If he had anything
It's
easy, he
now.
would have shot it by now. There's nothing easy about this.
I think he wants Efren to go again.
I think he went to go phone a friend. They weren't answering. They said, you deal with it.
Yeah, I don't think they want to.
So, oh, no, here, don't bring me into this.
Right, it's $1 million question, isn't it? What do you do? Well, he needs to make a decision though, because this is, one part of the game that I don't necessarily like when it. I think this is an example of a player just keeps second guessing himself. I mean, if you're on a 30-second shot clock here, you've already made your mind up and played the shot.
Yeah, even after your 30-second extension. What do they say? Think long, think wrong.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what
He's made a decision.
let's see what he's decided.
My first thought was bank them 6 in.
Oh
All at
wow, that
one.
ball
There you go,
goes.
exactly. It went, yeah. I didn't think it would go at speed, but it did. And what a great shot.
That was a terrific shot.
I mean, okay, it was the right decision because it went in. If it hadn't gone in, it might have been a different story. But decided, and what I liked about that shot, Kevin, was he went all in. You know, he didn't try and play it a two-way. He went, right, I'm going for this. And he
Absolutely, yeah.
banked it perfectly.
He committed himself to the shot. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that's all you can do. And then, as they say in pool, the hardest shot is the next one after you've just made a fabulous shot. And that last poor shot could be his last offering in this year's Derby City Classic. He's already used his buyback, both players, on one loss, and they've both bought back.
Efren's first loss was to Robbie Capito. We had that match right here on our channel. You can go check that out.
Yeah, he's actually playing under the Hong Kong flag now. In case you guys didn't know, Robbie, a great kid, great prospect as well. And his girlfriend is a very famous player from Chinese Taipei as well. Winner of the Canada Open, the Predator Canada Open. Amber Chen, in case you're wondering.
Amber Chen, yes.
Oh, this is perfect.
I'm not liking Ryan's chances from here.
Yeah, even that 8% chance is looking generous
Yeah,
at the
that
moment.
8% might be optimistic.
Five balls away. Five, the 6, and the 7 probably going to go into side pockets. And this is perfect. Just a nice little stun and follow, just very soft. I've got a little bit into that. Still expecting to make it though. So just these 2 balls for a place in the next round.
I think Ryan's hoping for another one of those earthquakes. Doesn't happen.
Hey, and a celebration there from... Good to see that he's still got that passion, you know.
Efren Reyes.
Here it goes.
Defeating and eliminating Ryan Hollingsworth from the 2023 Derby City Classic 9-ball division. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this match. We had a lot of fun commentating for you guys. Hope you guys tune in for the next one. I am Kevin Ross, and along with Mark White, thank you guys for watching. Catch you on the next one.